Hi everyone, and welcome back to episode 8 of Mickey Midge Crochet Chatter. I'm Michelle. You can find me on Instagram, Ravelry and YouTube as Mickey Midge. It is New Year's Eve. I'm hoping I'll get this uploaded before the new year as my last podcast of 2017. I hope you've all had a wonderful Christmas and I hope for better things in 2018 for me, and if you've had a rough year as well, hope better things for you too. If you haven't, still better things. Why not? I'm trying out a new camera. I'm not quite sure about the lighting yet and the microphone, so we shall see. I just okay. Right, well, I hope you've all had a wonderful Christmas. Anyway, as I've said, I am going to get on and we can talk about whips first, then finished objects, then whips, then purchases, and then future plans. And I'm going to try and keep this quick today, but I said that last time, so we'll see. I'm going to try not to ramble too much. Finished objects then. Where have I put it? So, if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen that I randomly, the night before Christmas Eve, decided I was going to make another gift for my little girl. She had the bag that I made right at the beginning of the podcasts, and I made my son's full-size blankets for them. But we were getting my little girl a doll's cot for Christmas. She's turning into quite a girly girl. That's kind of stereotyping a bit, but despite having two brothers and despite us not really having many girly toys in the house, when we're out and about, she gravitates towards them. Maybe because we didn't have them in the house. Now we do. So we got her a cot for her baby doll that she absolutely loves. So I thought, if we're going to give her a cot for Christmas, I should make her a blanket for her dolly. So I did, just quickly whipped one up. I got it done in time. It's nothing special. The edges are a little bit wobbly. I've got to do a proper border on it, really. But it's for a doll's blanket, doesn't really matter. That looks really wobbly on camera, it's not that bad. Just why I'm holding it. So I just made up rough whole sort of pattern, and I used a Karen cake I had laying around that I got when they were half price, and I just didn't know what to do with it. So I still have this much of the Karen cake left. I bordered it in a white worsted weight that I've got, or Aran weight. I've still got this left, so I might make her a buggy blanket to go with. It might be enough. I don't know. So that's finished object number 1. Very basic. Finished object number 2. I decided to join the Once Again Wonderland cow, and that's run by Charlie of Love Charlie and Faye of Crochet Circle podcast. And the object was to use a single 100-gram skein that you've got on a project, and you started on Christmas Eve. You've got till the end of January, so you can still start. You don't have to start on Christmas Eve. It started on Christmas Eve, so you can still join in if you want. So check out the hashtag Once Again Wonderland cow on Instagram, or check out the podcasts and they'll explain it all to you. Now I decided to use one of the skeins that I'd bought secondhand on eBay that I mentioned in a previous one, and it was by Little Boo Yarns, and here is the colour, Sunset Dreams. Are you going to focus? 75% merino, just in focus, I moved it. 20% silk, 5% sparkle DK, 5% Silver Stellina sparkle DK. And I decided on using this pattern, the All Seasons Loop Scarf by Accessorize. It's a paid pattern on Ravelry, so you can find that there. And here she is. I finished her on Boxing Day. Her. Odd thing to say. I finished it on Boxing Day, and it's a really lightweight cowl, and I actually really like it. It's really soft on the skin. I don't have a massive sensitivity to wool, but this is only about 75% merino. But the silk in it makes it really just nice, tactile. I like it. I like it a lot. So there it is, and I still have got to rewind it. I think because it's going to end up mess. This much left. So I don't know. Are there any sort of fingerless mitts or wrist warmers that don't use very much? I might look it up and see. I might make some to match. It's in my little flamingo bag from the Get Your Yarn Wishes Granted. Sent to me by the lovely Rena. So that's finished object number 2. Gosh, the focus is going a little bit mad where I keep moving. Probably shouldn't move so much. Finished object number 3, and it's my last of the finished objects. In previous episodes you may remember me mentioning that I got an advent calendar from Lisa at For the Love of Yarn, excuse me, this year. And I was making, so you will have seen it in the whips. Let me find it. But for those who don't know, I was making the Lismore, and it's from the Island Shawls book by Kindred Creations, which was a joint project between Phyllis Sharp and Lisa at For the Love of Yarn. So I used the first half of the advent calendar on the Lismore. You got a 20-gram skein every other day, so I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Yeah, that's right, and I'm using 6 in the other one. So here's my Lismore finished. She's not blocked. So I'm referring to all my scarves and shawls as a she. I haven't blocked it yet, but it's quite a fair size already, so I think once it's blocked it's going to be pretty big and it's going to be lovely, and it just looks nice. I decided in the end, as you can probably see, because I was umming and ahhing about changing the order to make the pink into the border, but I thought actually no, that would look a bit odd putting 2 of the paler ones together, so I just went for that, and I think it's worked out rather well actually. I'm very pleased with my Lismore. I think it's beautiful. Once it's blocked it's going to be even more beautiful, and it will come out regularly in the summer. I'm pretty sure of that. That's all my finished objects actually. I have quite a few whips because I've started some new things. So we'll go on to the linked whip, which is the other shawl from the Island Shawls book. So this more is finished, and my other one is the Iona. There we go. Again, it will be stripy, not plain, but I've used 3.5 so far. It's still attached, so I have to be careful. And here's my Iona so far. So as you can see from the top, I've used the very end of the last one, but I thought it was actually quite cute and I don't want to waste any. So there we go. Ooh, I've nearly finished with the yellow. This much of it left. And then I'll be moving on. I've changed the order of the colours on this one. That one I went with as they came out as the advent calendar, but I've moved this around a bit. So you're going to focus and show the colour better. but it's quite a zesty pale colour with flecks of green and yellow. And then the last one will be, there we go, this lime green. It's probably a bit more green than it shows up here. Ooh, drop it. So, and they're all sitting in my festive sloth bag. So hopefully by next week that will be a finished object as well, and then I might have to actually start blocking them. I don't really do a lot of blocking. I'm not really great at it. Where'd that one come from? Well, that was from my Once Again Wonderland bag. I better put that in there so I forget what hook I'm using. Don't want to do that. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a sore throat. Got coming down with something. Another whip is my homebody sweater from Meg Made With Love. I started getting a move on this now I've made my Christmas presents. I am using, let me get, sorry, going out of shop. I'm using my mandala from Lolly's Little Wool Shack, and it's in the colourway Serpent. I discussed in a previous episode that I thought these were rebranded Lion brand mandala, and it seems apparently they're like the factory ends, so there might be slight imperfections or colours missing or something like that, and then they get repackaged and then sold to us at much cheaper prices. So who can argue with that? Lolly's Little Wool Shack, it's a bargain. Because Lion brand mandala is about 7 quid a ball. So 7 quid. I'm showing my London side there. So these were like £2 something. Yeah. So, and they're really soft. I really like them. I've not found any issues with it so far. And I don't think I'm going to. I can't fault Lolly's Little Wool Shack at all. Someone on Facebook mentioned, and on that podcast, that I used the word knockoff, and they were a bit upset by that. I apologise right now for saying that. I didn't mean knockoff. What I meant was like an own brand product copy, if that makes sense. You know, like Kellogg's cornflakes, Sainsbury's cornflakes, pretty much the same product. 9 times out of 10 they all taste exactly the same, and that's what I was inferring with when I said knockoff. And obviously knockoff is the wrong term because it has implications of being like fake, and it's not going to be fake. It's not like it says on it Zion brand Fandala or something like that, so it's not pretending to be something that it's not. So knockoff is completely the wrong word, and I apologise for that. And it was wrong anyway because they are rebranded, which was the other option I did discuss in the podcast. But it seems that word, some words just suddenly jar and stick with people, and that word seemed to have stuck. So again, I apologise. That was not my intention whatsoever. I have no complaints about Lolly's Little Wool Shack at all. I love it, absolutely love it. I've bought several times from there since, and I bought myself a gift voucher so I can spend some more money there in the new year because it's great. So here is my sweater or jumper so far. It's still got a way to go. It's just about got to the bust area, so it's just growing at the ends here. It's quite stretchy yarn as well, so I don't know if I needed to make it as big as I have, because it's got a lot of stretch, but I like my jumpers quite big and baggy, and I'm very happy so far with that. There's only one side, so I've got a way to go yet, and I'm still on my first ball or skein, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's good fun. And that's whip number 2. Whip number 3. Last week I mentioned that I'd bought some of the hooked Ribbon XL, the big sort of rug yarn, and I'd ordered the rug kit, and they sent me 2 hooked skeins balls instead. They've now sent me the kit, so I made a start, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not actually keen. I'm not a fan, but I'm going to continue because I think it's going to look good when it's finished. Here it is so far. This is one worked up, one ball. So I've just started on the arches, which will go all the way around. I've got a little bit, oh, I'm scrapping to find it. I've got a little bit left of this one, but it tells you to tie off at this point, so I have. So in the rug kit, so I'll show you the rug kit. Just to make this, you get, which didn't make clear on the website, so when I bought one pink, there's never gonna, that's all I'm gonna make, so I might have to get some more so it doesn't go to waste. You get 3 of these. You get a 10mm hook, and you get the pattern in 3 different languages, 3 different versions, so there's 3 in there. And the pattern shows you how to make the rug that I'm trying to make, as well as a, hold up, the mandala rug. I have to admit, I am tempted to frog it and try the mandala pattern. Focus. You're not going to focus. Ah, I've gone out of focus. There we go. Sorry about that. I am tempted to frog it and try again, but I don't like working with it at all. I will put that there. Let's see if it will focus on, what's it going to focus on me? Let's see if I can, no. It's a very odd, I don't know how to describe this material. It hasn't got stretch like t-shirt yarn. It's cottony, and it's a bit like shoelace, I suppose. I'm not quite sure. And it's quite tough going to work with. So I don't know. And the pattern, there's definitely something wrong in that pattern. I counted and counted and counted and checked and checked and checked, and my numbers weren't right, and I've had to bodge it to try and get it to make sense and get my stitch count right eventually. And I can't figure out where I've gone wrong, and I've tried again and again and again, so in the end I just went, right, let's just fix it the best way I know. So yes, that's my only other whip, other than there, my Spicy Our Life blanket, which now Christmas is over is coming back out and is going to get done. So we will do that. I will do that. So we. Anyway, purchase wise, lots of people this time of the year are showing all their yarny stuff they got for Christmas. I don't tend to get yarny stuff for Christmas. Well, there is one more whip, but it's very tiny, so I'll show you quickly. My Ami to You subscription box. Here's Pearl's nose. That's about as far as I've got. So, because you're supposed to then sew in the mouth and then carry on going. And I didn't have my embroidery needle with me, and the baby was asleep on me. My hair's all funny today. So that's as far as I got with that. But yes, as I was saying, I don't tend to get yarny Christmas presents. My husband reckons I've got enough as it is anyway. He did do good this year with my presents, which was good. I got Nightmare Before Christmas and Monopoly, which is amazing. I love it. But my mum did get me, which is very sweet, a little stocking filler gift. It's from Wilco. Crochet your own, let's get the light, festive sausage dog. And look, there he is. He's half left the price on, that's fine. So in there you get the yarn, you get a plastic hook and needle, which I don't use anyway. I don't know, are they recyclable? But you get the safety eyes and you get all the felt to make the Christmas hat, which I might leave out because it's gone Christmas now. But yeah, it's going to be cute, so I will be doing that. And I treated myself to a little mini skein, just the one, and it's from Made by Jude. See, it goes, tries to focus when I don't want it to, and then when I do want it to, it won't. But this is called Mint Choc Chip. It's their desserts collection, and it's a lovely minty green with flecks of brown for the chocolate chips. I couldn't resist because it's my favourite ice cream, mint choc chip. And the last purchase, I think it's the last purchase, pretty sure. I have made another purchase, but that's coming next week, so I'll show you next week. I got this yarn cake. It's a cotton one, 4-ply. It's 50% a cotton, 50% acrylic. And the shade is called Mondrian, and the brand is Wendy Anaphora. Now Wendy, I don't know if you get it overseas, but in the UK it's quite a economical brand really. You tend to find it in quite a lot of the shops. Economical, I don't mean that in a bad way. So I thought I'd try the cake. I mean, this, it was still £11, so it's not cheap. But for this kind of cotton cake, that's actually one of the cheaper cotton cakes. And I just love these colours. And I paid a few pounds more for my Katia Spring Rainbow that I made my Lyula out of. And I've got another one of these downstairs because I accidentally bought the wrong colour, and it was my fault. But then my mum gave me some Christmas money, so I was able to treat myself to the correct colour. I accidentally bought the same colour as the Lyula because I bought it on eBay and I picked the wrong one on the drop down. I was like, oh, I don't want to make another one the same colour as Lyula. They are my favourite colours, but I want to do something different. So when she gave me the money, I was like, yeah, okay, I'll treat myself, and I'll save that of a cake crate. But the colours are exactly the same as my Katia Spring Rainbow for Lyula. So it just goes to show that all of these sort of things are all made in the same place. And sometimes you pay for what's on the outside, not what's on the inside. But I love these colours. So it's like a tealy, dark teal colour, a fuchsia pink, and bright yellow, and then it goes back. I have a project for that I'm going to talk about now in future projects, and I have it printed out. Yeah, so excuse my weird printing, I've run out of paper, so I'm using what I can. The Honey Blossom Shawl by Ginty Lyons. It's a paid pattern on Ravelry, but it's quite an inexpensive paid pattern, to be fair. And here it is. Now she used a Katia Spring Rainbow cake, so I thought, oh, I'll go using this. And I'm doing this as part of a new cowl crochet along that is starting in the new year from the Yarn Journey podcast, which is Holly Whedon. I'm going to be partaking in that, so that's my yarn for it. There is another crochet along going on in the new year. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do it, and that is I bought the pattern ready, the Desert Irony Crochet Poncho, another paid pattern. I saw on her channel, this is Catherine at Crafternoon Treats, I saw on her channel that she'd done this with a boutique swirl, and I've always wanted to use one of those to try it out, so I thought I might try, but I haven't got the yarn for it yet, so I'll either start late or I will do it at some point in the year. But it's on my list of to-dos. I don't know if I have any yarn that will go. No, I don't think I've only got one Karen cake left in a greeny sort of colour, so I don't think, anyway, that might be too thick. Anyway, I'll see what I've got. And my last two projects I've got to do, I'm going to make this. I know Claudia at Crochet Luna. Okay, sorry about that. My children can't find anything, even when it's right in front of them. So yes, I was going to do this. I missed the crochet along that Crochet Luna did last year, but I love it, so I'm going to have a go with I've got some 4-ply from Lolly's Little Wool Shack, which I showed last week, I think it was, that I intend to make that with. And as part of my New Year's resolution, the idea is at least one project at a go has to be from stash yarn, to try and get rid of some that's been sitting there for ages. And this was gifted to me as part of the Get Your Yarn Wishes Granted project, the Winter Dragon, and I've got some that I've had in my stash for years. That is lovely, and I've never known what to make with it. I'm going to make that because it's so cute. It reminds me of the Luck Dragon in Neverending Story. And the last project, I'm intending to make every single shawl from this book. There's 8 in total, and I'm on my second. And here they all are laid out together. Try and show you the right page. There we go. I'm going to do all of those. So I've done the Lismore, and I'm on the Iona, and then we have Carrera. Show you very quickly. Cara, Scarva, Isla with the most gorgeous model. She's a beautiful little girl. Rona and Dana. I'm going to make them all by the end of next year. That's my intention. And that's it. So once again, hope you've had a lovely Christmas and Happy New Year. Let me know what your plans are for the new year. Are you taking part in any of the carols that I'm going to be doing? Oh, the other project for the next year is my little boy wants a jumper out of this, so I'm going to be starting that soon. And that's it. The kids are after me again, so I'm going to go. Happy New Year. I'll see you. That sounds really cheesy, but I'll see you next year. Bye.